Hello, everyone. This is Crystal Potthoff from Prayerful Arts, and I had a question about drawing the 8-pointed star. So I'm going to give you a little demonstration on how I draw it. I'm going to draw it on paper, and then I'll also draw it on an egg because, as we all know, flat surface, curved surface, it's a little bit different, but usually it's not too much different for this one. And an 8-pointed star is a very common element that you see on a lot of Pysanky designs. It's a sign for Christ. It's also known as the Christmas rose, and it can look like a poinsettia. So again, it's very popular, but it can be very easy to draw too. And there's two different ways that you can draw it, and I'll demonstrate that on the egg. So here I've drawn out a circle on here. And what really helps is if you have, when you draw the circle, if the circle has a line going up the middle and on an equator, and I think this was the equator line, I didn't mark it, that helps. It helps if it's already there. If it's not, you can use a template to kind of help you find it, as I did on a different video, or you can just kind of eyeball it, and you usually come pretty close. But the first thing when I'm doing one of these is then I will draw this. I'm going to divide it into pieces of pie. So there's 4, and now I'm going to just draw it like that, and like that. Okay, so you've got a circle, or you can do it on a diamond, and I'll do a diamond also, but you can draw it on a circle. And then what you want to do is you want to find here about where the middle is. So, and if you feel more comfortable, you can mark it with a little pencil. I'll just go around them and mark them. All right like that. And then you want to be kind of consistent where you started. And again, if you want to measure this, you can. So, well, here, let's just measure it. I'll use my little bunny tape, and we'll make it. You have to decide where you want it. I'm going to do it at a 3, just or I guess it's 1.5 centimeters from the center, but that's really because of the size of my circle. And what this will do is, the closer you have this line, you can make it mark these points however you want. The closer it is to here, to the center, the more pointed it will be. And the closer it is to the outer line, the fatter it will be. So if you want it to be kind of in between, then you'll want to kind of pick a line in between here. So we have the center point here, we have the marks on the lines, and now we're just going to draw a V, and draw a V in each one, starting here and going up to your center point. Now, this is how I draw it. I know there's different ways to draw it. So I'm drawing it, and then once it's drawn and you get ready to wax it, then you have a decision. Do you want to wax these lines here or not? You don't have to. You can have just the star, or you can have the star and then it's kind of divided into sections. And in the video that I linked, I did this, but I did another one where I didn't do that. So it's entirely up to you. It gives it a little different look. Now let's do it on a diamond shape. Okay, so here we have a diamond shape outlined, and you're really going to do the same thing. You're going to draw a line here, a line here. It's a little easier to do on the diamond shape because you can kind of see it. And then you're gonna divide it again into the 8 sections. And then again, you're gonna pick out the midpoint where you think that is on all of these. And what some people will do when they're getting ready to draw these, they'll actually put a little dot of wax up there, and then they'll draw to that. It helps them see it better. So, okay, I'm not going to measure out like I did over here. I'm just gonna start. And here, I'll do this one very close to the here, so you can kind of see. So if I do it close, see, they're skinnier than over here. Now it looks a little different because this is in a diamond shape, but I'm drawing the lines in the same way. Okay, so there we have this within a diamond shape. So now let's do this on an egg. Okay, so I'm going to do something fun on this. What I've done, I divided the egg into 8 sections, and then I made 2 lines so that I have kind of squares here that are about 3 centimeters square-ish, because, you know, it's a round egg. So I'm going to use my suction cup, and I'm going to draw a circle. And this just kind of happened to be like 3 centimeters. I honestly didn't plan it that way. And I'll link the video on how to use a suction cup to make circles, but you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So I'm going to make a circle here. And then here, I'm going to make a diamond. And then we'll do another circle. And then we'll do another diamond. This will be fun. Okay. All right. So now let's draw our 8-pointed star. Now I could use this, but I drew the circle smaller than that. But I think we can do this. So I'm going to draw. I'm now going to draw very darkly. So here we go. I'm going to draw my really dark circle. And then I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. I am using the equator line because it was there. And now I'll divide it here. And I'll divide it here. Now, I'm not going to do any more measuring, but I showed you can. I'm going to draw from, well, here, we'll just make little dashes here that I think are all about the same distance. And then we'll go ahead and put the little marks up here. Again, you don't have to do this. You might do it on maybe your first one, and then you'll be like, I got this. I don't need to do it anymore. All right. Now I'm going to draw the 8-pointed star. So I always start on the line, and then I draw up to the point. I always draw up to the point like that. That just makes it easier for me. And unless you're doing like a really huge 8-pointed star, it comes out fairly even, pretty similar to doing it in the book. All right, and there we have it. And then when I go to wax it, I can decide, do I want to cover that line, or do I want to wax that line or not. And I haven't decided yet. All right, let's do the diamond one. So I'm going to draw the diamond really dark. And then point to point. And again, point to point. And now here. And so it's, it's kind of halfway on that line. And you could do this on, it doesn't have to be a circle, and it doesn't have to be an even diamond shape. It can be a long, skinny diamond. And in that case, your 8-pointed star won't be even. Like if your star is longer this way, then these points are also going to be longer, and these points will be shorter. You could do this on an oval shape, and the same thing. These would be longer, and then these would be, the shorter ones. So it doesn't have to be a perfectly even shape that you're doing it on. All right. And if it's confusing for you to see, like these lines and then drawing the points, use a different color pencil, or you can always use watercolor pencils if that helps, different colors. I've been experimenting with blue and red, and it helps to see the different colors. So there you go, drawing out an 8-pointed star, and then there's all different kinds of variations you can do within that design. So have some fun with it. And I should say thank you, Pelka, for asking the question and giving me the idea to do the video. So again, I hope that helps, and join the Facebook group Prayerful Arts Pysanky and show me your pictures of your 8-pointed stars. I would love to see them. Thanks again.